Happy Sabbath, family. Once again, I am Brother Judah Israel with another message for the listening ears of Yah's people. So happy Sabbath to our Father Yahuwah Elohim, the Ruach HaKodesh, and our Messiah, Yahusha HaMashiach. And this message will be entitled, Yah will flip the script. Yes, he will. Our Father Yahuwah will flip the script, family. And it's all a matter of when, but it will be done. So in this message, I will show you viewers and listeners exactly how Yah intends to do that. So please, family, be patient and hear what our Father Yahuwah has to say to his children. So it is a very interesting message, of course, and it is very important that we understand what our Father is saying to us. I mean, he said, study to show thyself approved. And, why is that? What is this all about? Having a relationship with our Father Yahuwah. I mean, actually, what it boils down to is that, we should be living a life now to try to make it to be with our Father for all eternity, because that's the bottom line. Trying to be with our Father for all eternity. And the way we live our life in this life will be the determined factor to see if we made it or not. Yes, his word says nothing can pluck us out of his hand. The only thing that could destroy our relationship with our Father is the individual themselves. Somebody who just knows a little bit of the truth and does a 180 and turns away from our Father. So the only person that could destroy your relationship with our Father Yahuwah is you yourself. So please, family, it's very important what our Father's word is saying, because his word is speaking to his people. So please, family, as I said, be patient and hear what our Father is saying to his children. Okay, like always, I like to say, please keep Yah's 10 Commandments found in the book of Exodus chapter 1 through 17. The 10 Commandments could be found in the book of Exodus chapter 1 through 17. I'm not going to do the other scriptures because I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. Okay, I'll start reading at Deuteronomy chapter 28. Yah will flip the script, family. Yes, he will. So right now, as things are, his chosen people, we are still the tail under all the nations, and the Gentiles have been placed over us as the head. And you see how wicked the world has become. The word of Yah says, a righteous man hate lies. We are the righteousness of our Yahusha HaMashiach because of our Father has chosen us. And he is so right. All the lies that this world has been pushing and living, it is so disgusting once I've learned the truth. People, see, there's people in this world, either you're a sheep or you're a goat. The sheep are the seed of Yahuwah, and the goats are the seed of Satan. So Yah has children in this world, but Satan has more children in this world. His children right now are leading the nations, Satan's children, the seed of Satan, and that will be Esau and the Psalm 83 nations. They are the seed of Satan. Esau is. And, as I was thinking earlier this week, because of these lies that they have pushed out, they are actually assuming our history. They're also assuming our identity. That is so disgusting to me. I mean, I could never, be a person to do something like that. I mean, assume somebody else's history and pass somebody else's history off to myself as if it's mine, or pass myself off as being somebody else that I'm not. I mean, I would rather the truth to be known about me, even if I had no history at all, even if I am nothing at all. At least I'm living the truth. I'm not living a lie. But these people, because they are the seed of Satan, and Satan is the father of lies, and so his children has the spirit of their father in them, and their father is Satan. So this is where we are right now. Exactly what our father said to our ancestor Moses. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64, and it says, And the Adonai shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. This is still the situation of Yah's people to this day. We are scattered in all nations and islands on this earth until Yah flip the script. And he will flip the script. That's the terminology I use, but that's exactly what's going to happen. So now I'll be going, family, over to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37. Ezekiel chapter 37, verses 21 and 22. This is what will happen. This is what will happen. What I'm about to read now from Ezekiel. Ezekiel 37, chapter 21 and 22. It says here, And say unto them, Thus saith the Adonai Elohim, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. That's what our Father is going to do. That's him flipping the script. Right now we're scattered in all nations and islands on the earth. Okay? But when he flipped the script, this is what will be done. We will be gathered from all these nations. Okay? And we will be brought back to our land. Okay? That's when he will flip the script. Like I said before, it's just a matter of when. But family, it will be done. Okay, now I'm going to be going over to the book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24. Now, this is what's going on in Bible prophecy today. This scripture that I'm about to read now, this is what's going on now. And it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, that's what's going on in the world now. Who's in charge? Certainly not us Hebrew Israelites. We're not in charge. We're not running. We're not the leaders in any nation, because we're in the times of the Gentiles, where Esau and the Gentile nations are ruling all nations. But us Hebrew Israelites, we were scattered around the world into all nations and islands by our Father Yahuwah, and placed as the tail. So we are not leading the nations now. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Look around and see who's in charge of the nations now. That's who it is talking about. Okay, family, moving right along. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11 to 12. And it says, And it shall come to pass in that day that the Adonai shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left in Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. That will be north, south, east, and west, family. He will gather the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, and that will be when our Father Yahuwah sends Yahushua Mashiach back to this earth to gather his people from the four corners of the earth. That will be when he start to flip the script. Okay, family, our Father is not a man that he should lie. So it's just a matter of when. And you might ask, when? Well, it says in the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 36, Messiah was on the Mount of Olives talking to the 12 disciples, and they asked him, when will the time be? When will these things be? They was asking him when was going to be the end of the age. And he said to them first, be not deceived. Many will come in my name, saying that I am Christ, but shall deceive many. And then he said there will be wars and rumors of wars. He gave signs. He was giving them signs. Wars and rumors of wars. And in fact, just let me go to it and refresh my memory on some of the signs that he gave to our elders, the disciples. Matthew chapter 24. Okay, and Yahushua HaMashiach said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto thee. Okay, now he says, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying that I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. That's one of the signs. See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. That's another sign. Kingdom against kingdom. That's another sign. And there shall be famines, food shortages, and there shall be pestilence, diseases, and earthquakes in different places. Those are signs that he gave them. So these things were going to escalate more and more, okay, before he comes again. And then it said, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. We are hated of all nations for his name's sake, but we haven't been delivered up to be afflicted yet. So that's one of the signs to be looking for when this starts happening to us Hebrew Israelites, when we start being delivered up to be afflicted. And somebody made a comment on one of my videos, the last video I did, and said, a brother named Cornell Allen said, I actually went to school with a brother named Cornell Allen in Indiana back in the 70s. I don't know if that's him or not, but anyway, he said these Edomites are out here scared and, bruh, be careful or something like that. You know, and my response to that was what I said. Just go in the comments in my last video I did, and you'll see what I said. But I meant what I said. When I was in the world living, gang banging, I didn't fear no man. So now I'm serving Yahuwah. I'm on his side now, doing his work. And he has given us, not only me, but us children who are teaching his word, his ruach. But, I mean, I cannot see myself being afraid of what will happen to me just because I'm doing Yah's work. If I turn to a coward and stop teaching the people of Yah what I know, then I'll be in trouble with our Father Yahuwah. Because he says in the book of Revelation, chapter 21, for the people who will not enter into his kingdom, it says here, Revelation chapter 21, verse 8, for some of the people who will not make it into his kingdom, it says, but the fearful, cowards, see, and the unbelieving, and the abominable. See, if you stop teaching Yah's word because you're afraid, then you're going to be in trouble with Yah. So, and the most honorable thing that I could do with my life is give it by serving the one who gave it to me. So that would be an honor, you know, make me a martyr. That's what these Edomites can do for me. Make me a martyr for my Father. But I do not believe that he will allow my life to be taken before my old sins have been remitted. So once my old sins have been remitted, and only he knows when that will be, then please take me out of here. Because once that happens, I'll be going home to be with my Father. So I have no fear. When Yah gives you the Ruach, I mean, out of the 12 disciples that were with our Messiah, all of them ended up being martyrs, except for John. He, the only one, died of old age. Peter was actually crucified upside down. Paul, they chopped his head off or something, I believe. John the Baptist he was beheaded. So it's an honorable thing. See, I mean, if you think this life is it and you're just living your life to leave a legacy because of what you did here, your life is being lived in vain. We should be trying to live a life pleasing to our Father who gave us life, because after this life is over for all of us, you know, how we lived is going to determine where we spend eternity. So I don't have any fear for what these people can do to my flesh. Okay, only thing they can do is send me back home to my Father. And actually, I'm really, you know, that will happen in his will, in his timing. But I'm not afraid of it. That's my least fear. I fear Yahuwah. to know this truth and to stop teaching it because I'm afraid I might get hurt, then I'll be in trouble with our Father. He'll send them evil spirits. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be in more trouble with him if I stop this teaching instead of being, that's just ain't gonna happen, hey, this is my purpose, to live to serve my Father and our people. This is the greatest thing that since Yah has shown me the truth and my life has purpose, because when I was in the world doing drugs and alcohol and gang banging and stuff, it's like I just felt so much despair. I actually told my mother when I was 28 years old, Mama, I don't want to live to be an old man. She said, why you say that? We was talking on the phone. And I said, Ma, I just don't, I don't see why. I didn't know why I was on the earth. I didn't know why I was born. And, I didn't have any purpose in my life. And it was like, as I try to think, back then, I was like, in my mind, young mind back then was like, what is all this for? That was before I even had any children. I was 28 years old. I've been wanting a son for years, and Yah blessed me with 5 children, 4 sons and a daughter. So I don't need nothing else out of this life. He's given me more than I asked for. I asked him for 1 son. He blessed me with 4 sons and a beautiful daughter. And they are all adults now. So I don't need anything else out of this life from Yah. That's why I said I don't need nothing. I'm not looking for anything in this life. Even when I retire from working, I'm thinking I might even sell my car. I don't need nothing. I have my Father, and I have purpose in my life to serve him and serve our people by teaching our people the word of Yah and all who want to hear it. That's my purpose. And it's the greatest purpose that I've ever known since I've been alive, to me. So, oh man, stop, because the Edomites are afraid. That's their problem, Okay, moving right along, family. I said Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11 and 12. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 11 and 12, and then I'm moving on to Jeremiah chapter 23. Okay, family, Jeremiah chapter 23 here, and verse 7 and 8, and it says here, verse 7 and 8, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Adonai, that they shall no more say, the Adonai liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Excuse me. But the Adonai liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from the countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. See, it says, therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Adonai, that they shall no more say, the Adonai liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. That's going to pale in comparison to what is going to happen with our second Exodus. We coming out of all nations and all islands. That's what he's saying here. But the Adonai liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north countries and from all the countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. See, what happened when he brought out people with Moses out of Egypt, that's going to pale in comparison. We're not going to even be talking about the first Exodus no more. After he make this move, when he pulled us out of all countries and all islands, at our second Exodus, that will be when he flipped the script. It's just a matter of when, but it will happen. And I was looking over here in the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 21 to 23. And it says something pertaining to y'all flipping the script. Okay, it says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty Elohim. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness, for the Adonai Elohim of hosts shall make a consumption even determined in the midst of all the land. It's saying we're going to all be gathered out of these nations and islands on the earth but only a remnant of us is going to return to the land that he has for us. And have you ever asked yourself why? Only 2/3. I mean, only a third of us are going to make it, and 2/3 are not. It's because, it says the rebels will be purged from among us, just like what happened when our people came out of Egypt and they was in the wilderness. A lot of them rebelled against Moses. When he went up on the Mount Sinai to get the written law from our father Yahuwah. He was gone 40 days and 40 nights, and he came back. Father Yah told me, he said, get thee down, for thy people have corrupted themselves. And when Moses went back down the mountain, he saw that they had made this calf of gold, and they was worshiping it, committing sins, and they was doing all kind of stuff. And so Moses got upset and threw the tablets at them and at the calf and stuff like that. But Yah opened up the ground and swallowed 23,000 of our people then. And Moses had to go back up there. He had to give him the word again. So he was up there another 40 days and 40 nights. But see, our people, they rebelled in the wilderness when they came out of Egypt. Only Caleb and Joshua and those 20 years and younger made it into the promised land. People, a lot of people just don't want to be obedient. See, we may be Israel physically, us Hebrew Israelites, but we have to become Israel spiritual by receiving Yahushua HaMashiach, and the Ruach. Because if you don't have the Ruach, a life without the Ruach is just a life lived in carnality. You're going to live just to please your flesh. So a lot of people just don't want to be holy. And so all people who don't want to live holy like our Father will not make it, when he comes back, when he flipped the script. So, if you want to be a part of that remnant, we must live holy and keep his 10 commandments. Okay, so we can be counted worthy to be there. Okay, so now I'll be going over to Isaiah chapter 49, verse 6, and it says here, and he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldst be my servant to raise up the tribes of Jacob and to restore the preserved of Israel. I will also give thee for a light to the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation even until the end of the earth. We're talking about Yah will flip the script when he sends Messiah Yahushua HaMashiach back to this earth to gather us from all islands and nations on this earth and eventually take us back to our own land. Yah will flip the script. It's just a matter of when. So Zechariah chapter 8 verse 23 says this. Zechariah chapter 8 verse 23 says this. Thus saith the Adonai of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold of the languages, that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations. So even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, saying, we will go with him. For we have heard that Elohim is with you. So right now, no nations in the world are following the lead of us Hebrew Israelites, so-called Negroes, But a lot of the world knows who we are because, it was systematically hidden, our identity, and everything was taken from us. So a lot of people are just being hush-hush about it. But during the time when Yah flipped the script, when he has flipped the script, then all the nations will see that we are the children of Yah. Because when he sends Yahushua HaMashiach down to this earth, he's going to make all the nations honor us. So this is what this verse is talking about here in the book of Zechariah chapter 8 verse 23. Now I'll read it again because I was stumbling too much. It says, thus saith the Adonai of hosts, in those days it shall come to pass that 10 men shall take hold out of all languages of the nations, even shall take hold of the skirt of him that is a Jew, from the tribe of Judah, not Jewish, the real Judah, the Yahudim, saying, we will go with you, for we have heard that Elohim is with you. When Yah flipped the script, all the nations of people are going to want to follow us because they'll know then that we are the people of our Father Yahuwah. That's what that verse is talking about. Okay, moving right along to the book of Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15. And it says here, for the day of the Adonai is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. And what have they done? They sold Yah's chosen people to other people around the world. You know, all kind of things was done to our people. You know, I mean, our people was raped. I ain't saying that this is what's going to happen to their people when the script is flipped. But, you know, everything that they have done, it says that thy reward shall return upon thy own head. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Talking about all these Psalm 83 nations. Esau and all the Psalm 83 nations that had a part with our people being bought and sold in the sub-Saharan slave trade, the Arab slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, as well as the Pacific slave trade. They raped, robbed, and murdered all of our people, as many as they chose. So it's saying what you have done will be done unto yours. So they got to pay with what they put out. They shall have returned upon their own head, it says here in scriptures. Okay, now I'll be going over to the book of Baruch. First Baruch chapter 4, verse 23 to 37. First Baruch chapter 4, verse 23 to 25. That's what I meant. 23 to 25. Just 2 verses. And it says here, for I sent you out with mourning and weeping, but Elohim will give you to me again with joy and gladness forever. For like as now those who dwell about Zion have seen your captivity, so they will shortly see your salvation from our Elohim, which will come on you with great glory and brightness of the perpetual. Verse 25 says, my children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come on you from Elohim, for your enemies has persecuted you, but shortly you will see his destruction and will tread on their necks. So he says we just got to be patient, and shortly those who have persecuted us, eventually we will be treading on their necks. Words from the book of First Baruch chapter 4. So now in closing, I'll be in the book of Psalms chapter 37 verse 11. Once our Father has sent our Messiah back, that's when the script will be flipped. Okay? And this is in closing, Psalm chapter 37 verse 11. It says, but the meek shall inherit the earth. So our Father Yahuwah, in spite of all the persecution and trials and tribulations we go through, family, he wants us to be humble and meek. And he says here, the meek shall inherit the earth. So don't be looking forward to no rapture, because that ain't happening. The meek shall inherit the earth when our Father Yahuwah flipped the script. So family, I am Brother Judah Israel. I hope you got some understanding in Yah's precious name. So until next time, may Yah bless you and your families. Stay safe and shalom.